7-yard line. That's a great call. Blake Maple Plummer will put it up, throws over the middle. Poole, touchdown. Red flag.
3rd down and 5. Levitt swings it to Scadaboo. Scadaboo breaks defenders. Here he goes again. Another. Scadaboo is the running back, and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
This team this year. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon comes in. Welcome to 2025. Today. This one the other way. Still going back. That's the drag. Walks up and down.
Edwards pulls off and buries it.
Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Her 3 right on the money.
What?
Daniels takes his shot for Darby. Flag out. Doesn't matter. Touchdown.
What is up, my Pitchfork Lunch peeps? Happy Tuesday. It is to you all. Yes, Taco Tuesday, off from my, well, again, not like I was slacking off, but off from the little sabbatical of Pitchfork Lunch from the women's NCAA Final Four. I'll have my wrap from the Final Four here in Phoenix. Absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the semifinal games on Friday night, this past Friday night, were the South Carolina UConn game, yes, the chippiness at the end. But between, Gino unhappy, but Coach Staley, and but then the championship game, well, and then UCLA and Texas in the second semifinal, which, had some of it was, Corey Close called it, and she's now a national champion head coach, and efforting to get her on. No, not a Sun Devil. Yes, used to be part of the Pac-12, but just to be out at the women's Final Four, and she got the phenomenal victory. UCLA, their first NCAA tournament victory in the NCAA era. Yes, they won a championship before, and she definitely let everybody know that, as they should remember the history. But yes, so awesome in the Final Four. Obviously, ASU hosting, and man, just did a phenomenal job. Obviously a lot from ASU working that event, obviously, and obviously sport, like in media relations, obviously the SIDs and stuff, and that make life easy here, with many others that were there as well too, to help out, but many others. But ASU hosting just knocked it out of the freaking park. So yes, forks up to that. And yes, it was a bummer. No Sun Devils there, but Molly Miller was involved in a lot there. And with all the schedule, I saw her once from a distance, so it was pretty cool. Everything at the convention center, the Final Four, the town is just absolutely awesome. Kids are being involved, coaches being out there, players being out there and stuff, the events they had too. So absolutely awesome. Just crushed it. So that's why there was no show on Friday. Thursday as well, because getting interviews, the pre Final Four interviews and then the pre championship interviews. So yeah, it was an awesome weekend. Then yesterday, wrapping it up and Easter weekend. So again, one man band it. You know me, I'm not complaining. Forks up to that because Pitchfork Lunch absolutely rocks. So that's where I was. But yes, I am Michael Caratenuto at Diablo005 _ on X, the artist formerly known as the Twitter. You know it, you love it. And you can check out Show Live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Yes, I know you know that. So yes, you can check. You can check out the show live there every day, Monday, Friday, 12 to 1. My IG, I may have reminded you this once or twice. You can go to the wonderful world of IG and go to michael.caratenuto.5. And guess what? You can check out the show live. There's a dot between the first and last name. Yes, apologies. So yes, all that Final Four. My bad. I was looking at notes and then I thought for some reason I stopped the stream, but I did not. So my apologies. Anyway, I am Michael Caratenuto at Diablo005 _ on X, on Twitter. Again, check out the show live there. Also on my IG, michael.caratenuto.5. And last but not least, as you Pitchfork Lunchers know, the YouTube channel. Go to YouTube. Very easy to do because you have missed a plethora of phenomenal comp reviews. sound interviews. And throughout the week, even though, yes, it's over, but I was there. I'm going to play some of the awesome sound I got from the Final Four. But I'll start with a recap today. We'll work backwards. We'll see some things. I'll put some stuff together. But it's absolutely awesome. Again, getting to see UCLA. I mean, Lauren Betts, like, again, she's got a younger brother that I guess that's 7'3". Sorry, I was going to say 6'3". 7'3". I mean, obviously, and I mean, just the storylines too with Gabriela Jaquez and, you know, her brother Jaime Jaquez, who obviously played in, I want to say Sweet 16 definitely twice, and then I know Elite 8, Final Four. Again, it's about Gabriela. She won it. She has bragging rights again. It's always great to hear her talk and being there for all 4 years. I mean, Kiki Rice too. But, I mean, Lauren Betts getting to play with her sister Sienna, absolutely just, again, money when you see storylines like that. And then they beat South Carolina, and they took it to South Carolina. And I thought, you know, after Friday night, a lot were thinking, well, you know, UCLA, again, probably will not shoot that bad. Obviously, the ball moved better. I mean, Texas, again, didn't shoot great, but they played defense. And I got to say, Vic Schaefer, the Texas coach, and I again, all these coaches, I absolutely, you know, I do. I respect. I mean, Geno Smith, quarterback. Gino Ariema, was obviously his 25th Final Four. Just being there is just so awesome. Again, to listen to him. Don Staley, obviously, and like we know what she's done, and just but her, just I don't know, her presence and everything. And then you get Vic Schaefer, who's again got that presence, and you know, as talking about his players of passion, and then Corey Close, obviously, Pac-12, many a times, you know, talked to her post game, her battles against, you know, for the most part, Charlie Turner Thorne, and you know, saying who she was influenced by and all that good stuff. So yeah, I mean, again, of course, we wanted our Devils there. I know, and Molly Miller is again headed in that direction, and the transfer portal opened up, and you know, it's again absolutely awesome. So yes, but we are going to talk obviously ASU a lot, obviously baseball. Yes, they had their it was Hate Week. They had their series against that team down south, and again, it was tough. Softball played. Kansas softball's playing today at 1:00. So when we get off the air, basically, it will be. I'm actually here at Farrington right now, but come over to Club Farrington, let it rock. Softball playing today, but they had a weekend against Kansas, and it's something about those first games for both teams that have worked. But yeah, so it was a big weekend. I mean, and Landon Harrison, baseball-wise, going crazy. Water polo had a huge win against Indiana as they get ready for their MPSF tournament. Huge win against Indiana. Lacrosse took care of Cincinnati. Baseball, softball, lacrosse. Oh, beach volleyball had a good weekend too. Again, I will hit all of that. We will get to all of that. Recap the Final Four as well. And then, like I said, talk softball, baseball, football. And we'll hear from Coach Coop, from AJ Cooper, the linebackers coach, who, again, obviously no Keyshawn Elliott, no Jordan Crook. Cyrus Fisu is back again. Unfortunately, I mean, Coach Dillingham said it great today. It sucked that he got injured, but a blessing to have him back in leadership. And congratulations to him as well, because he is a new father. Saw his son at the Saturday practice, 2 months old. So already got him watching some film. We might not be able to talk yet, but he'll get football vernacular pretty quick. We'll hear from Coach Cooper about the linebackers. I mean, Owen Long, a transfer. It's done well. Ramir Davis, another transfer. And then you got guys like Prairie Young Black Goat, Tristan Bacon back from last year, obviously. Martell Hughes back from last year as well, just growing. So we'll hear from Coach Cooper about that. And then, cover all the other sports. So going to take a quick break, but when we get back, we're going to go right into my Final Four recap from the phenomenal Mortgage Market Center in downtown Phoenix, obviously home of the Suns and the Mercury, well known. And yes, WNBA draft coming up, transfer portal coming up, women's hoop. So again, we'll see how active it'll be. And it looks like Noah Miusin from the men's team, by the way, has entered the portal. I thought that was a Randy Bennett kind of guard. I mean, at a level that he played, when healthy, you see him. I mean, I thought he was, but anyway, we shall see. So all that coming up. Step aside real quick, and we shall have more Pitchfork Lunch coming right up. What is up, my Pitchfork Lunch peeps? Look at this. We are wrapping up the weekend here at Mortgage Matchup Center. The women's Final Four, just, again, an absolute blast, to say the least. And you look at the games that went down. Yes, I know, but hey, we're starting with the headlines. The UCLA Bruins, the women's, their first national championship in the NCAA era. And a lot of you have seen me tweet that. You know what I've been talking about, because, yes, they did win a championship. It just it was an AWIA championship. But, again, it was before the women's tournament. But nonetheless, they're first, and they do it in huge fashion, as you guys see, 79-51 over South Carolina. Don Staley's team, for the second year in a row, back to the championship game, but yet they fall short. And they have won their fair share of titles. Recently, with Don Staley's South Carolina, has been phenomenal. With Corey Close, again, UCLA, part of the Big Ten. I kept wanting to say Pac-12, Pac-10, Pac-12. But as part of 10 now, they get the championship, and 79-51. And it was one heck of a game from Gabriela Jaquez. Yes, the younger sister of Jaime Jaquez, as we know, played at UCLA, played very well at UCLA. Didn't get to cut down the nets, and his sister, very happy to do that. Again, wrapping stuff up. You'll all have stuff you'll hear from her, but just a phenomenal weekend and weekend overall. But again, Friday night was tough against Texas. We get it. They grinded out a win. Both teams shot terribly. It was, again, Coach Close apologized for it, which I thought was hilarious. She apologized for it to the she apologized to it, and it was just kind of funny, because she's like, I hope it's not as ugly as the it can't be as aesthetically ugly. And again, playing defense is a beautiful thing, but again, when there's just wide open missed shots, we get what Coach Close was saying. But let's celebrate the Bruins as, again, they come here to Phoenix. The Sun Devils hosting. Forks up, Pitchfork Lunchers. Yes, Sun Devils hosting, and they They won the Final Four on the West Coast, never left the Pacific. Playing in the Pacific time zone, and granted, Mountain time zone here, but with time change, we're in the same time as them right now. So again, just absolutely huge out west. Next year will be in Columbus, Ohio. But Gabriela Jaquez, like I said, 21 points, guys, and 10 rebounds, a double-double. But she also had 5 assists and 1 steal to go with it. And look, I asked her, and again, it's one of those things where early on in the game, UCLA was in transition and shot went up. I don't know if it was Kiki Rice. I don't want to say, may have been Rice that missed a shot, but Hockett came in, gets the offensive rebound. I mean, in control, not that she's out of control, goes up just kind of in a tough spot and is putting a shot up as she gets fouled. She hits it, gets the N1. And to me, yes, it made it, 8-4 when she hit the shot, but then 9-4 when she hit the free throw. But guys, to me, that was the huge part of just like setting that early tempo. And when you look and just setting the tone, not even tempo, just the tone that UCLA wanted to set and needed to set. I mean, they outscored them 20. The Bruins, it was a little close, 15-13, but the third quarter is where the Bruins literally locked up the title, is because they just crushed South Carolina, which is so odd to say because, again, South Carolina may have lost games, but to be held to under double digits. It was 1 point under double digits, but 25-9. They scored 24 points in 2 quarters, or 22 points, in 2 quarters, and UCLA alone put up 25 in the third. So, 25-9, and then South Carolina outscored them 19-18 in the fourth, but 79-51 for 5 players in double figures. Like I said, led the way by Jaquez with 21. Gianna Niepers had 15. Lauren Betts, 14 points. Both Kiki Rice and Charlize Ledger-Walker had 10 points each. Yeah, they both had 10. So, yeah, and then you had Angela Dugalich with 9 points. So almost a 6th with double figures. The seniors go out with a title. And Gianna Niepers was a plus 41. She was 5 for 15 from the field, 3 for 7 from 3, hit both her free throws. Had a rebound. Had a rebound and also 4 assists. Lauren Betts, again, everything she's meant. The offense running through her, but just making sure the ball moves, not forcing it, but again, making it a point. Coach Close talked about that. Just in general, and Betts tonight 6 for 10 from the field, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds, so 14 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 block shots for Betts tonight. So that in and of itself, absolutely, again, just the performance you would expect from her. And Jaquez, like I said, puts in 21, Niepers 15, Betts 14, Rice and Ledger-Walker both with 10. So, look, hats off to UCLA and Corey Close. She talked about, back in the 90s when she started coaching and was at UCLA, and John Wooden, was a mentor. She talked about it. I play a little bit of it, and I'll play more of it for you guys. You'll see. But she talked about, Coach Wooden and what he meant. Also what, even Coach Staley meant, Coach Ariema. But being in the Pac-12, I look forward to, and again, I'm aiming on talking with her. Talk to their SID of basketball. Is going to try to get her right now, but as you can imagine, post-championship, they got to get out of here. And the transfer portal opens tomorrow. So hopefully later this week, we could do it again. But yeah, just Coach Close talked about Coach Wood and what it meant. But just being in the Pac-12, Tara Vonderveer was there. She saw, Stanford, yes, has won 3 titles, as we know. But, what Coach built as a program and the winning and getting into the tournaments and going, getting to go deeper and just obviously, a staff. And she's got, a former player on her staff. And it's big and how the landscape has changed. But, again, man, hats off to Corey Close. Again, what the team does, this team bond, they've talked about it since, again, I've been hearing about it since Thursday. All season long, but I'm saying in person since Thursday. So yeah, it was a grinder against Texas, but how they have a grinder against Texas and blow South Carolina. Not that I thought that any one of these 4 teams would blow each other out. No way. But yeah, so UCLA wins at 79-51 over South Carolina, their first title in the NCAA era, but yes, not their first title overall. And Corey Close made sure everybody know. I had a ton of alum in the building. Ann Myers Drysdale, who people in Phoenix know very, very well. Absolutely awesome, a gem. But UCLA Bruin through and through was here, so absolutely awesome. But hey, that's going to wrap it for me from here at the Mortgage Matchup Center. Again, the 2026 Final Four in the books next year in Columbus. Hopefully, I will be there. And Molly Miller, Forks Up, let's go. You guys know I couldn't get out here without that. We'll be in the Final Four and cutting down nets herself. But again, we see the work it takes, the teams, and it's just for these seniors, for Hawkes, Betts, Kiki Rice, Ledger Walker, it's huge. So props to them. Again, congratulations to UCLA, the 79-51 win. Coach Close, again, all those years in the Pac-12, saw our battle in ASU against Charlie Turner Thorne. And then, they come to the Big Ten. ASU's in the Big 12, but still they get their first title. And again, Coach Close, always one of the great coaches to talk to, because I'll say this, the appreciation of the history of the game, obviously, being mentored by Coach Wooden, like I said, and just other mentors that she's had as well. But at UCLA, and just understanding it's a family. It's more about, like she said multiple times, it's more about them growing in that than, it is about her and winning and, these players. And, Hawkes here for 3 years. Kiki Rice here. Hawkes all 4 years. Same with Kiki Rice. Betts transferred from Stanford for 3 years. So you get it. But again, going to get out of here. Absolutely congratulations to UCLA. 79-51 over South Carolina. So yes, going to get out of here, and I will see you guys soon. Probably definitely include this in Pitchfork Lunch somehow, but the video will be out there. So again, forks up to the Devils hosting this again. Everybody did a phenomenal job. Things were made so easy here. And again, the convention center is great, but I'll talk more about that on the show. So I will see you guys on Pitchfork Lunch, same bat time, same bat channel, as you guys know. 79-51, the Bruins win. I'm going to get out of here, and I will see you guys very, very shortly as, again, we'll have more Pitchfork Lunch, and, of course, to end this property.
Audio Jungle.
There we go. Yes, welcome back in. And you saw that was the wrap from the Mortgage Matchup Center from the Final Four. Again, just wrapping up the weekend there for you. But yeah, I mean, Gabriela Jaquez, I mean, Lauren Betts, Gianna Niepers. I mean, you talk about transfer portal. Corey Close nabbed all those transfers when you look at a Gianna Niepers, from Utah. Then you have Oregon, Washington State. Obviously, Stanford before that, as Betts came over, said after her first year at Stanford, but UCLA, definitely there. So, yeah, but I mean, yeah, Washington State, Oregon, Utah, just plucked Pac-12ers, and she knew could, fit in, and she talked about the growth and everything. It's just so awesome to see her. Like I say, you see these coaches, and yes, I'm wanting the Devils to win. If I was, having an ASU show, you guys know that. Of course I want Devils to win. But, Corey Close, again, a coach getting her first, obviously. Don Staley is looking for a fourth. Gino Ariema looking for, a 12th, 13th, which is insane. Vic Schaefer, looking for his first. But, man, it's just so awesome to see. So, again, man, forks up to ASU, everybody downtown. Obviously, Phoenix definitely should be in the rotation. Obviously, it is for the men's. But for the women's Final Fours, like I said, next year it goes all the way back across the map to Columbus, Ohio. And I am looking forward to being there. We shall see. So, yes, that being said, but yeah, again, great weekend, great week, I should say. I mean, pretty much, stuff started, long weekend, Easter weekend too, but it worked out well. So, got it all in. And obviously the men's, yes, a lot of people in Tempe were happy to see that team down south fall to Michigan in the Final Four. Michigan ends up winning it all. But so congrats to Michigan over UConn there. But we are going to go forward here, as you know, on Pitchfork Lunch. Out at spring practice, back today, out at spring practice for the Devils. Was out there Saturday night as well. Came over after doing stuff downtown, but came over to Saturday night's practice where, the fans can come out and watch, as I've talked about here on Pitchfork Lunch. But, yes, so, back out there today. Again, A.J. Cooper, linebackers coach, man, like I said, no more Keyshawn Elliott, obviously headed to the draft. Same thing with Jordan Crook, headed to the draft. Cyrus Fiasu is back again. It was unfortunate because he got hurt last year, so they were able to get him back. And which, you'll hear Coach talk about from a leadership thing. Coach Dillingham mentioned it too. But like Coach Dillingham said, it sucked because, yes, he's heard what this young man has done, what he means. But, man, and like I said, congratulations to Cyrus, new father, child, the baby's adorable. And so, he's back. But, Coach Coop, again, brought in Owen Long, brought in Ramir Davis. Obviously, like I said, Tristan Bacon and Prayer Young Blackcoat are back. And when you look at, Mason Martin is another linebacker that came in. And then Oscar Aguilar Jr., part of the linebacker group, along with, except Martell Hughes and who's back, as you know, Ramir Davis, also that I had mentioned, Owen Long. This young man all over the ball. But anyway, let's get to Coach Coop. Let's hear from Coach Cooper again, because I know you guys want to hear from him. We've had him on the show, friend of the show. But, talking after practice today.
Coach, it feels like Isaiah Iosefa has really had a knack for the ball this camp. What has he improved the most since being in?
I think just being consistent. He was always a guy, when he got here last year, he showed the flashes of what he did in high school, but with a lot of young guys, they're not sure where to put their eyes and, how to transition and what the progression is, running past, all that type of stuff. And so you just see a guy that's consistent. You see a guy that being around Crook and Keyshawn every day, some of their habits have really started to rub off on him. So you're just seeing a little bit more consistency, and with a lot of players, at any position, anytime they're consistent, that breeds more confidence.
What have you thought about Owen Long so far?
I mean, he really brings some unique traits. Very athletic, moves well in space. I think can cover and tackle well in space. Getting him more comfortable in the box. I think today was one of his better days fitting the run, which is really exciting to see. So his habits have been really good. Like, he's been a good addition to the group, and I'm really just excited to see where as we knock the rust off of his understanding our system. He played in this system as a freshman at Colorado State. So every day you're seeing him progress a little bit faster than maybe other first-year players because he's had some reps under his belt, kind of doing what we do and how we do it.
Speaking of progression and growth, how do you feel about Tristan and Prayer? How they come along?
You know what, Tristan, I mean, the first 4 or 5 days, I would argue he was probably the most consistent guy out of the group. You know what I mean? Just as far as, he's had such a good offseason, too. I think he had the best offseason, if you ask Coach Conley, out of all the guys. I think he lost 4 or 5% body fat and put on about 6 or 8 pounds. And you're seeing that on the field. Very similar to Isaiah. You're seeing a lot more consistency with him. He's still young. I still got to remind myself he's a true freshman. You know what I mean? And so at times you're going to see true freshman mistakes. But again, been pretty pleased with him.
And Prayer?
Prayer's done a good job. He's kind of bounced back and forth between Mike and Wills, what you expect out of an older guy. Leading the group as far as effort and physicality, he's kind of the standard for, the guy that's maybe taken that, reins or that crown that Jordan Crook kind of carried as kind of being the edgy, physical guy, the guy that's going to be a presence in there, and he's doing a really good job with it.
With Owen, he has a couple of brothers that have played at a high level. Have you kind of seen that with his comfortability at this level, just kind of settling in after seeing that kind of experience?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to his parents. Whatever they did, I think we should all take notes on that. That many Division I brothers in multiple sports, right? I mean, it's impressive. Now, you could see just by their habits, Owen and I have probably a different relationship than even I had with Key and Crook at this time. I recruited Owen out of high school, so I got to know him really well. And then I think Owen, in coming here, myself and Coach Ward, Coach Owen's former coordinator, position coach. So there was a lot of familiarity, and I think that's helped break through. It takes time for those guys get to know us and our personalities, and us to get to know them and what pushes their buttons. Does that make sense? And I think I'm hopeful, but it feels like we're moving a little bit faster with him compared to maybe some of the other transfers we've got in the past.
How's Cyrus move on this spring?
Really good. Man, it's good to have him back out. Just a veteran presence, literally the father figure in the room, literally now that he's got a kid, but like just the way he carries himself and his maturity, a guy with that much experience. And it's like any of the guys that you guys have been here long enough, and you see those guys in our system play long enough, they play really, really fast. They've seen the same pictures over and over and over, and he's been extremely productive, but been really, really proud of where his leadership has grown. And we're going to need it. He's really going to have to step up, and from a vocal standpoint or by example, be an alpha.
Hey, Coach, Martell, we've seen him grow pretty steadily over the last couple of years. What have you seen from him personally, like growing as a leader and as a player both?
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the hardest spring for him because it's the first guy where he's got to look around, and you don't have Caleb, he doesn't have Keyshawn, he doesn't have Crook, he doesn't have some of the older guys that really did a great job mentoring him, so I think he's kind of finding his way, whether it's vocally or by example, and how he's going to lead, if that makes sense. I've been really pleased with him the last 2 days. I think he's played really good ball, and so he's starting to find that comfortability in who he's going to be. That's been my message to him is like, listen, you don't have to be Key, you don't have to be Caleb, like be the best version of who you are as a leader and as a player, and he's starting to do that.
What is the biggest challenge replacing two guys like that?
Well, those guys you guys saw, that's 200 tackles, and I don't know, you guys know the stats, but I would say even more so what those guys brought to this whole team from a daily standpoint. I mean, you could count on, I'd get here in the morning and Key would beat me here, and I'd walk out at night and Crook was walking back in. Their habits, it's put them in the position that for what they're going to be able to achieve now. So I'd say their habits, the standards in which they held other people to, and the way they led, and they balanced each other really well. Crook was a great vocal leader. He stirred the pot. He was one of the energy guys on defense, and Keyshawn was that guy, kind of what I would say CJ Fight's transitioning into, the guy that he doesn't have to say a lot, but when he does, everybody stops and listens. And so, you're not just going to replace those guys. You know what I mean? You've got to find other ways to fill those. But, yeah, we're certainly wish those guys the best and miss them a lot. But, yeah, those guys they're going to leave an impact on this place for a long, long time.
What made you want to add Ramir?
Again, I recruited him in high school, so you knew him. I think one of the biggest things we've seen here, at least, is correlating factor success is, did we know the young man and his family coming out of high school? I think that helps break the ice, because you got to remember, they're uprooting, they're leaving a school, and the time that it usually takes a freshman to get to know people, to gain trust, not just with me, with strength, with nutrition, with academics, let's call it what it is. We don't have that much time in college football anymore. You know what I'm saying? So just a guy that had been here, if I remember correctly, had taken 2 or 3 unofficial visits out of high school, And so when that opportunity came up and you had a guy that was as productive as he was, I think he was 80-something tackles and 7 sacks and a very productive guy, that's a piece of the puzzle, especially with a long athlete like that you can continue to develop and build over 3 years.
Oh, there he is, Coach Coop again. I love the coach. Is one of my favorites. So, and I mean, yeah, he talked about it right there. You saw that. I mean, talking about Owen Long and talking about the camps he had, and Ramir Davis, guy he recruited out of Northern California. Owen Long, another guy that went to Northern Colorado, but he said he recruited him at a high school as well as he went to La Serna High School in Whittier, California. So, and he went to Colorado State. And man, this young man, I mean, look, the linebackers have been all over, and he's talked about the ones. But I tell you this, the seeing Owen Long, I mean, in that 85 play scrimmage when he was out there, wherever the ball was. And again, people say, well, tell you he's a linebacker. Hey, man, there's reads, there's guys you're covering, but like, even if he was covering, when he was covering somebody where he could get over to the ball, like, yeah, just again, the old adage, old cliche, nose for the ball, 100%. And then, like I said, you add that to Cyrus, you add that to another year of experience, like you said, for Prayer, who again rotate those positions, and athletically he's looked good this spring as well too. My Pitchfork Lunch peeps, just watching him, obviously, 7-on-7s when they go 11-on-11 and they start, obviously adding pads, going more live, and but Prayers looked very, very good. And like you said, Tristan Bacon, who's also, I mean, he's a local kid from Kellis High School, and like Coach said, and I will ask Coach Joe that, because like you said, you'd have to ask Coach Joe, but dropped a few pounds and got leaner, or dropped a little body fat, and then added some muscle, got leaner. He's looking good. So again, the pairs that he can throw out there in this Brian Ward defense, again, it predicated a lot on that. We saw what you got from Keyshawn and obviously Jordan Crook, and then even Martell and Cyrus, when he was healthy last year. And it's the more and more you can add, again, just absolutely awesome. So yeah, obviously love Coach Coop. You guys know that. So, yeah, but hey, gonna take one more quick break, and we get back. We're gonna wrap up and give you the results that were the weekend that was, obviously in baseball. Hate week, men were down in Tucson, obviously Thursday, Friday, Saturday, no game on Easter, and then going from there. So yes, that. But baseball, softball, water polo, lacrosse, tennis, all there for you guys. So I shall go from there, but I will see you. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll wrap up with everything else that went on in Sun Devil Nation this last weekend. All right, back here on Pitchfork Lunch. Yes, I'm Michael here, at Diablo005_ on XR, formerly known as the Twitter. The @Diablo00 account was hacked. I did not click on that scam thing that was going around about voting for somebody's podcast. I do not know how that happened. One did get sent to me, but I did not click on it. So, nonetheless, yeah, that sucks. But so again, follow me if you guys are following. But remind all other Pitchfork Lunchers @Diablo005_. Again, all the show stuff is up there, so follow me there. Catch the show live there. Also on my IG, Michael.Caracino.5. And the YouTube. You guys know that. You go to YouTube because you missed a plethora of phenomenal con reviews and sound coaches, whether it's coaches, players, voices, insiders, alum, a lot of alum, all generations alum. Yes, it is all there. So go to YouTube. You know how to get there. It's you see my name, Michael Caracino, with the pages at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe away. But yeah, the weekend that was this last weekend in Sun Devil Nation, my friends, as we start with, like I said, baseball. They were taking on that team down south and having already beat them 10-4 in the midweek, as they play 5 times this year, as the Devils beat them 10-4 the first time back on March 10th. Charlie Turner Thorne's birthday, by the way, forks up. And then, so yeah, this last Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they were there because of the Easter weekend. And the Big 12 does it. The Pac-12 did it for years as well too. So a lot will do it. They will not play on Easter Sunday. So Thursday, as you remember, 6-4 Devils win over the Cats. Absolutely awesome. Love it, love it, love it. Friday, a little bit different at night. The team down south won 7-4, and then, well, they were due for an offensive explosion. And I guess, Willie Bloomquist saw after Thursday night's game. Or after Saturday night's game, sorry. Oh, so yeah, the Devils took 2 out of 3. They won 6-4, lost 7-4, and then won 15-6. Then you give up 7 runs on Friday night, and he's like, coach didn't appreciate, like, there was a bunt in one of the innings, and it's like these unwritten baseball rules, and like they were up, and he's trying to tack on more, and he's like, you scored 7 runs against us. They won 15-6, they're up by 9, and but again. And coach explained it, and obviously he respects coach, and he does. He might have a disdain for you, obviously. Whoa, hello, bunny. U of A, but the Devils get 2 out of 3, win 15-6. Landon Harrison had again another insane weekend. Did he? As I think he hit 2 home runs on Saturday. Baseball takes on GCU tonight, by the way, too. But yeah, the Devils took 2 out of 3, so now they have taken 3 out of 4 from that team down south. So yeah. But yeah, Harrison he had 6 at-bats. He was 1 for 6, but did hit a home run, 2 RBIs. Still batting .461. I mean, that is insane. 6 at-bats. Hitting .461. And then on the 7-4 loss, the middle game on the 3rd, Harrison, I don't know if he had a homer in that game too. Yeah, well, no, he was 2 for 4. He was 2 for 4 with a triple, and he scored a run. Maybe it was. I thought he had. I know he had the home run, obviously, the last game, but I could have swore he had the home run, and then I'll get to the rest after this because softball, again, getting set to take on UTEP here at Farrington. Yeah, Harrison was 3 for 5. Oh, no. He was 3 for 5. He drove in a run, but he scored 2. He had a double and a triple. So, yeah. And then Austin Rolig. Yeah, but I mean, just another phenomenal weekend. Yeah, he was batting .475 after Friday's game, but or Thursday's game, but after Saturday again, .461, 18 home runs, just insane. So again, big fan of obviously Harrison, and then look at softball again against Kansas. They went on the road in Lawrence, and well, they took the first one, guys. As they took the first one 8-5, but then they lost 11-7 and 5-4. Again, trying to bounce back against UTEP. Before today, again, just about to have first pitch here very, very shortly. I'm just about to get off the air. So, but yeah, they took 1 out of 3. So now overall they are 29-11, looking for their 30th win today. 4-8 in conference, lost 2, but 21-7 at home, 6-4 away, 2-0 neutral. So again, headed that direction. But yeah, gotta start stacking some more conference wins. Being 4-8, and Coach Bartlett, of course, would be the first to tell us that. So nonetheless, that's what they did. They were again 1-2 against Kansas. Like I said, water polo, my friends, they beat Indiana on a Friday on the road again after that close 10-7 loss to UCLA. Indiana, they turn around, go there and beat them 15-13, and now they have the MPSF championships coming up Friday through Sunday at the Speaker Aquatics Complex. So yes, they have that. And then the NCAA championships are April 25th through 26th, if they are able to get there, which they definitely are very, very talented, deep, and well coached enough, as we know, to get there. So nonetheless, that is what they did. And then lacrosse, they beat Cincinnati. They beat Cincinnati 17-10 Saturday, and on the road at Cincinnati. Now, this Saturday, they will host UC Davis at noon, and it is senior day, so do get on out there. We'll talk more about that. But, 17-10, so forks up to Coach Taryn for that as they, again, improve to 6-7 overall, 1-1 in conference play, 5-3 at home, 1-4 away. So nice to get that first away win. And then, like I said, beach volleyball, as we will wrap on this. But beach volleyball, it looks like Tanya Windle, by the way, is back in the lineup for softball today. So that is awesome. Beach volleyball at the Sparky Invitational, which they hosted. They beat Ottawa University 5-0, lost to Grand Canyon 5, then beat FIU in 5, and then beat Stetson number 15 in 5. And then they are off to the COE Challenge this weekend at the Swanson Beach Volleyball Complex. They will take on Cal Poly, and UCLA, and then to be determined also on the 11th. So, again, forks up to them as they are, again, challenging, gritty schedule, but 16-9, loving it. 7-1 at home, 2-2 away, 7-6 neutral site. So, but yes, Tanya Windle, my friends, let's see, seems to be back in the starting lineup. I knew she was out. Haven't mentioned it in a minute, but I mentioned it. But again, I'm just gonna wait till she was back in, and if this looks like it's coming up. Oh, well, no, they introduced. Oh, yeah, no, she's a designated player. She is leading off. So, yeah, at least to get the at-bats, not going crazy in the field, but her .449 batting average back in the lineup. So, Hey, my friends, we are going to get out of here as again, it is game time. Oh my goodness, come on. Yes, so we're going to get out of here. We're going to have a phenomenal rest of your Taco Tuesday. Make them spicy, against some jalapenos, some cilantro, sriracha, Tabasco, Frank's Red Hot, whatever you want to know, a little green chili, whatever. But make them spicy. I will see you tomorrow, same bad time. Ooh, hair messed up. Same bad time, same bad channel. And as always, you guys know, thanks to reigning back-to-back Big 12 champs, it is #OurState. I will never forget to say that on the show because it is #OurState. Team down south, as you learned again in baseball this weekend. So, yes, it is #OurState. I will see you tomorrow. Have a phenomenal rest of your Tuesday. You guys know it. As always, Forks up.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
27-yard line. That's a great call, too. Play fake. Polo will put it up. Throws over the middle. Pool touchdown. Quick flag.
3rd down and 5. Levitt swings it to Scatterboom. Scatterboom breaks defenders. Here he goes again. Scatterboom is the running back, and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
This defense here. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025. Today. This one the other way. Still going back. Now the drag. Walks up and down.
Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Hurt 3 right on the money.
Takes his shot for Darby. Flag out. Doesn't matter.